I know what it's like to lose everything, to focus so much on propping yourself back up, everything that you left behind, everything that you lost, just to be kicked down the hill again. It's a terrible feeling, and the battle with depression has basically consumed my life for the past 10 years, and only 2 years ago I finally started to move past it. It's not easy getting over it. Far from it. There's too many variables and so much subjective stuff. Freshman year of high school, my aunt was diagnosed with cancer. As somebody who was a third parent who I stayed at their house over the weekends for months at a time, seeing her slowly fade away into a husk of a human being that on her deathbed looked like the shadow of her former self. It broke a 15-year-old kid who didn't know any better, who was kind of a shut-in, a sheltered kid his entire life, and there was nothing else you could really do except watch the world burn. Everybody around me thought I was different, that I was shy, and they just all left. Nobody from middle school ever really gave a shit. It was middle school. In hindsight, why would they? But it wasn't. I don't know to this day, honestly, if it was fair. I don't think it was, but that was all in the past, and it took me up until the senior year of high school into the pandemic to finally get going again, and it was hard. It was very difficult. It was hard seeing my parents fall apart at the seams, my cousin go MIA, my uncle who drank himself to death at the start of 2020. It was honestly probably some of the hardest years of my life. And when I got into college, I didn't do much my freshman year. I was a shut-in. I didn't want to deal with anything, because the second I would attach myself to something, I would lose it immediately, and I didn't know what to do. And then sophomore year, I felt good. Everything around me was good. I thought I found the person in my life who I was going to be with forever. Reality, though, tells me that there was no chance that was going to work in the end. There are many types of breakups, at least in your perspective, but in the end, it's somebody's fault. Even if you won't admit it, or they won't admit it, or whatever it is, it always will end up laying on the shoulders of somebody else. And I guess I'm to blame. I guess I pushed it too much. I wanted it so badly to have something in my life so quickly. It just didn't work. And I was left holding nothing. At the start of this channel, I was in pain. I sat on my floor listening to the same song over and over again because there was nothing else to do. And when I found my love for YouTube replacing the love I had for her, I just grinded and grinded and grinded, and it wasn't good. It wasn't. I just did it to. I did it to get her out of my fucking head, because there was nothing. There was nothing else I could have done. People will say you'll get over them, and I think that's the biggest bullshit in the world, because you're going to wake up every single day and think about it. You may not want to, it may not be your choice, it may be at a random time in the day when you're finally doing better, and then you just, it takes over everything. Whether you like it or there is nothing that you can do except keep pushing. But you will never get over it. You will never forget. And that sucks. I think it was around this time last year where I finally put it to bed. And in all honesty, I haven't thought about it in a while. But it's not like I haven't thought about it. A while is a while. It's not a year or a month or whatever, but there are days where you slip back into what the hell am I doing? I had it all, and all of it went away, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Life sucks. Every single time. There is nothing that you can do to fix it. There is nothing that a miracle isn't falling out of the sky. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to hold on to these things because they make you stronger. You can't wish something to happen. You can't do that because that's going to make it last longer. That pain is gonna be forever. I'm about to be 23, and all of these problems started when I was in the 15 freshman year of high school range, and even then you can drag it back much further. My grandfather died in the third grade of family drama bullshit. I haven't spoken to my cousins in forever. Did I say speaking? I'm sorry, but all of that started, and I've never been able to get it going, and entering, I would say, year 2 of getting over that hump and finally being happy is one of the biggest challenges of my life, because there are moments and weeks maybe that I just slip back into it and I can't do anything, but I know that I'm on the best path for me. And look, it's okay to be sad. You just need to put your love and your passion into something, because if you don't, it's gonna drive you crazy, and you are going to be alone at the end. Everyone is going to tell you that it's going to be okay. It's not. But that alone is okay. Because as long as you have belief, confidence, whatever the fuck you want to say, I know that you can do it. And that's all I really have to say.